So today we had our assembly, and because my school was a Christian school, we had to do this assembly on a Christian parable, or a Christian story, whatever you want to call it. And our story gets chosen for us. And the story that was chosen for us was the story of Job, which is a story when this guy loses everything. He loses all his children, all his livestock, all his money, and becomes really ill. And all his friends are like, God's done this to you, this is your fault, you haven't been good to God. And he hasn't done anything wrong. But he has to like believe in God and be good and everything, and then God gives everything back. I don't know, go look it up on the internet. You have the internet, people. And so my tutor group came up with a really good idea of doing challenges for to show in our assembly. And I did my Chubby Bunny video, which is on my last video, which should be over there or on my channel anyway. And I did the Chubby Bunny challenge and I put it on the internet and waited for the assembly. So the assembly was today, and I gave the teacher the link this morning. I was like, here it is, use it if you want. So I get to the assembly and they put the slideshow in and we start talking, and there's a slideshow on David Walliams, Albert Einstein and Beethoven, and it's all like what challenges they faced and how they overcome them, blah de blah de blah. And then they do a cinnamon challenge. There's a video of a cinnamon challenge that they got off the internet, and then it comes to my video. So they click on the link and it takes them to the YouTube homepage. So the teacher goes, Ellen, go and fill in the information. I'm like, oh, okay. So I go up and type in my username, which is the British Brony. And not many people in my school know that is my username. So I had a bunch of people came up to me afterwards and go, what's a brownie? Like, it's a brownie. And I just gave up and walked off after that. But I did answer a few people's questions. But it was embarrassing doing that. But then the video started and everyone was like, oh my god, well, apparently this is what my friends have been telling me anyway. She was like, oh my god, they have so much courage, she has so much courage for doing this. And apparently some other people thought I was just doing it to get views on my account, and I'm not doing it for that. I did it because that was a good way of getting the video into the school without me having to take a memory stick in or plug in my phone, because I'm too lazy to do that. And plus, I needed a new video on my YouTube anyway. So I decided to put it on my YouTube. And so it started off and I was going, and my cheeks were like out here, and you could start seeing the marshmallows in my mouth. And then the video had to stop, and because it was near the end of the assembly. So our head of year came up to me and asked me how many marshmallows I actually managed to fit in my mouth. And I was like, oh yeah, I managed to fit 14 in my mouth. Well, I think I managed to fit 14 anyway. So he goes up in front of everyone in my year, which is like 300 kids, and goes, so thank you 9AC for this assembly. Ellen managed to fit 14 marshmallows in her mouth. A big round of applause for all of them. Yay! And they're all clapping and everything. We have about 2 minutes left of the assembly. So I'm like, oh, I'll carry on playing the video because it gets to the good part. So I carry on playing it, and I go down like this once, and they're like, woo. And then I put another few in, and then I eventually do spit them out, and everyone's like, oh, that's disgusting. Oh. And I put my head back up, and I'm like, oh god, okay, blah blah blah. And everyone's like, oh, ha 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 ha. And so then after the assembly, I went out, and I had so many people be like, that was amazing, Ellen, well done for doing your Chubby Bunny. And I was like, thanks, yeah. And then I go and talk to my boyfriend, and he goes, yeah, I had a bunch of people talking to me about it during the assembly. and obviously some person who was very dirty-minded came up to him and asked him what else I could fit in my mouth. So I think about it for a second and I go, hang on, did they mean it in a dirty way? And I'm guessing they probably did, because I don't think they would ask me how many carrots I could fit in my mouth. So if you're not dirty enough, ask one of your friends to tell you what it means by what else I could fit in my mouth. So I kind of was really embarrassed for that. And then a bunch of other people came over and they're like, ha 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 ha, bloody blah blah, talking about it. And then it came to the lesson after break time, after the assembly. And that was biology. And a bunch of people came up and was like, I really liked your video, it was really good. And I'm like, thanks, I'm glad you all enjoyed it, yeah. And then it comes to lunchtime and I'm talking to all my friends and we're just joking around, and then my friend comes back from the orthodontist and she's like, oh my god, I got your text about the video, let me see it. So I show her the video. She's like, oh Helen, you really showed that? I'm like, yeah, I showed that on the internet, in the assembly. And she's like, oh, you must have some guts, Ellen, blah blah blah. And then it comes to the next lesson, which is English, and I have a bunch of people asking me again, what else can I fit in my mouth? And someone's like, can you fit your whole fist in your mouth? I'm like, no, not that I can see, but I'm not going to try because I have this ink on my hand, because my friends decided to roll the ink roller on my hand from art, which was first lesson. And they're like, can you fit a pen in your mouth? I'm like, I can fit it sideways, not down into my mouth, because I'm not that weird and I don't think I'll try it. And there's a bunch of other people, and then one of these people asks, can I call you Chubby Bunny Girl? I'm like, I guess, if you want, I don't mind, considering you don't even know my name. I suppose you can call me Chubby Bunny Girl. And then blah blah blah, and then I get home, and I tell my mom, she's like, funny, and then I tell my dad, and he goes, funny. And so a bunch of people actually want to know what my YouTube name was. So I'm probably going to post this on Facebook and be like, here is the video. It takes you to my channel. Go subscribe if you want, I guess. And then I was talking to my friend on the bus ride home. And she was like, I swear you're only doing it for views. I was like, no, I did that because I decided I wanted to do the Chubby Bunny Challenge, because there's this one girl in my tutor group who was like, oh, the Chubby Bunny Challenge, that's weird, I'm not doing that. And I'm like, well, I'll do it, I'll film it, I don't care, I just want to do it. And she goes, oh, well, that's just weird, why would you want to do that? And in the end, I do it. She's meant to have done the cinnamon challenge or the chili challenge or something, and apparently it gets deleted off her phone or video or something. So it's only me and these 3 other girls who have done a challenge. But the 3 other girls' challenge, they did the baked bean challenge, but unfortunately it was like 10 minutes long, so they couldn't exactly do it. Anyway, I've probably talked too long now. I don't even know how long this video is. Once again, I am the British Brony, and it's Brony, not Bronny. Like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below telling me what was the most embarrassing thing you've ever done. Okay, bye.